Hello, my fellow humans. Today we have a transformative journey in store for you. Join us as Steve Barton unveils the Game of 10, a unique approach to coaching that goes beyond business, touching on the essence of inner peace and personal growth. Learn how Steve transitioned from a flower business to empowering others, helping them find their inner peace and abundance. Discover what it truly means to operate at your full potential in life and in business. Don't miss this insightful conversation about mindset, leadership, and embracing your true self. Let's get to it. Welcome back, my fellow humans. We have Steve Barton with us today. Welcome, Steve, to our podcast. We would love to learn more about you and your business.
Hi, Justin. Hi, audience. Excited to be here with you all and looking forward to telling you and sharing with you and my process called the Game of 10.
Ooh, I'm excited. How you got started? Why are you coaching people?
How I got started coaching people, I was in business my whole life. I'm still in business. I love business. I love the business of everything. And particularly, I like the business of how I can serve people and how I can help people have a better life. I was in the flower business for 30 years, and that's a lot of serving people and making their lives beautiful. Very challenging, too, getting the flowers there looking pretty and on time and having them be what they ordered day in, day out.
Now, how do you transition from flowers to what you're doing now?
Back in the day, about 13 years into the flower business, I took over my family's business. My father had a stroke when he was 48 and I was 22, just out of college. And I really loved the flower business. I knew I was going to do that since I was 8 years old. And I also knew that I couldn't work with my father. So those are two things I was sure of. And I was on my way to Europe to study floral design, where it was all happening in Germany, Holland. And I had my tickets, broken up with my girlfriend. My life was ready to go, had a one-way ticket. And 3 days before, my father was at an FTD convention in St. Louis, Missouri. And I got a phone call saying, your father's had a stroke. Don't go. We'll keep you posted, basically.
Man,
So at 22 years old, I was running my family's flower shop and brought it from $200,000 a year to $2 million. And that's what I like to do. I like to grow businesses. I like to create. Yeah.
how did you take a simple little flower shop from 200 to you said 2 million?
Mm-hmm.
What was kind of the process? How did you learn to do that? Because for a flower shop, it's something that's simple. You wouldn't think you're gonna make that much money on a flower shop. Wow.
Well, I had big dreams. I wasn't going to make
Woo,
any.
yes, you did.
Yeah. And I knew what people want. And I transitioned that to my coaching business. I know what people want. People think they want all these other things, but they really only want one thing, and that is inner peace. Inner, inner peace.
You don't hear about that much in business,
Uh,
even though it should be there more because you function in your business and your personal life a lot more.
yeah. Yeah, it's all inner peace. People go on, I listen to people say, well, I want this and I need that. And I don't have this and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I know what you want. You want inner peace. You don't know how to shut your mind off.
We're all stuck in this circle of like, oh, I want this, I want that. It's like you want and need so many things, but really you don't need any of that stuff. What you need is to heal yourself. When you heal yourself, you want a lot less. You
You
know?
don't need or want anything when you're healed. You enjoy things and you can manifest things and you can create things. So it's not about being a pauper. It's about being abundant. It's about being happy, healthy, wealthy, healed, and whole. And that is our purpose here, to figure that out.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. I'd love to know more about your system. Like, how do you help other individuals find that inner peace?
Well, I figured it out for myself because I think all of us out there have gone through the fertilizer of life to grow. And that means it's a lot of crap you got to go through to figure it out. And for those who haven't figured it out, who've never had any traumas or obstacles in life, I feel really sorry for them because they wouldn't know what to
This
do.
is not for you.
Yeah, it's really not a great thing to have no challenges, no resistance, no problems, because we are problem solvers, and a lot of people are problem creators. It's true. And once you know who they are, and first of all, take a look at yourself first. Am I the problem causer, or am I the problem solver? So
Can you be both?
I think most people are both, and until you realize,
Like one more prevalent than the other?
yeah, you can be more. No, there's no prevalence. It's figuring it out, and it's really about clearing out yourself so that you can be a beacon for solutions versus part of the problem. Be the solution, not part of the problem. And
I,
yeah,
I feel like we're part of the problem for a while until we figure out the solution to that problem.
yes, take care of yourself first, and then take care of others. Okay.
Say people are watching this, they're like, okay, well, you said take care of yourself and others first. How do I do that? What are some things, maybe some principles or something you could give them to kind of figure out how to take care of themselves? Where do they start to take care of themselves? What does that mean?
It means clean out your mind before you start going into the world, messing up the world. Okay. Because if we have a clean mind, I'm not talking about thoughts of what other people feel is dirty. It's not even about negativity. It's about respect, and really respect yourself, respect your thoughts, have thoughts that are respectful towards yourself, aka loving. In business, we call it respect, and in life, in personal relationships, we call it love. So be loving. You can't love yourself. You are love, and you are respect. And when you truly are, you get respect and love back. And love is just giving and nurturing and kind and everywhere. And we have free will to really screw it up. So it's
Ain't that the damn truth?
when it's doing, there's nothing free about it.
You can build so much, like they say, Rome wasn't built in a day, but it was sure as hell destroyed in like what, less than 30 seconds?
Has it been destroyed? I don't think it has. Well, we're going to talk about mindset. We're going to talk about mindset today versus politics.
Okay, fine. You're right. Mindset is more important. I'd like to go into a few of the processes or your system that you use to help people cultivate that leadership and mindset in themselves, or to figure out that they are loved, like you were saying.
All right. Well, one of the things we have to do is really brainwash ourselves. And, the word brainwashing has gotten taken the way it really has been. And we've had others brainwash us. And the fact is they're cleaning us with their own disinfectant, which works for them and not for us. So it's really time to brainwash ourselves with our own personal disinfectant, and to remove the negative. I don't even like the word negative. They're thoughts that are not respectful or loving towards and for ourselves.
I can't see that. How wouldn't they be necessarily negative or positive?
Let me put it this way. Okay. If you look at, so I created this process called the game of 10.
Okay.
The essence of it is we're all appointed 10. Everyone is 10. You cannot not be 10 unless we use our free will to say, oh, I'm not good enough. I don't do enough. I don't have enough. There's something wrong with me. And I'm allowing people to abuse me, whether it's physically, mentally, sexually, emotionally, spiritually. We have the ability to allow it. And we have the ability to say no. And we have the ability to say go. And until we take responsibility and control of ourselves, then we are the victims. And that's not to say that from the time we're 0 to 7, we are vulnerable. From the time we're 18, we're not adults. And we can be victims to other people's agendas that are not for us in any way, shape, or form. It's for them. It's for a control issue. It can be for really horrible things. And there are people who have been subjected to that. And that is when we become disappointed.
Yeah, I like how you put that.
Their traumas, horrific traumas, can really bring the appointment down to a 1, that people can't even get over. And they're depressed. They become drug addicts. They become prostitutes. They become just victims of life. When you're operating from 1, guess what? 1 things happen to you, day in, day out. Okay. And if you're not disappointed, guess what happens? Wonderful things happen to you all the time. And these people, are the naturals, and our natural state is 10. That is what a natural is. Why how is this person just whatever they touch turns to gold? Because they have not been disappointed.
So let me see if I can understand this. So we were born, we were 10, but as we were growing up in the world and things are happening to us, that number kind of goes down.
Unless things are happening for us.
Okay. So they happen for us, but at the same time, there's kind of like things are happening to and for us at the same time. Does that number fluctuating? Does it ever even out?
If we become aware of it, and that's the other thing about awareness. So we have to be aware, which is our natural state of no thought.
I know for me personally in life, it took me until I was like 25 to really be like awakened and started becoming aware, understand the things that I'm doing, what's happening to me, what I'm doing to others. How do people get to that point or ever get to that point of awareness? Is that something they can learn, or do they have to kind of have some kind of god awful accident happen to them in order for them to wake up?
Hopefully you learn. And the other way is usually the case that happens, that they get to rock bottom 1 and they're at the verge of suicide. I mean, Eckhart Tolle talks about he was on the verge of suicide before he had an awakening, and he wrote The Power of Now. So, it can happen both ways. It really can. So and I think the people that do commit suicide, they may have an aha moment when they cross over, saying, "Oh my God, I could have been happy,"
I always thought about that because when people sometimes come to that point, and I know so many things could happen in someone's life, is there something that they aren't quite understanding or not having the right people around them why they're feeling that way
Yeah,
compared to your system? Yeah.
yeah. Well, the systems is 1 through 9. It's called the game often played, and we're going from our natural state of being, our spiritual state of being, to our egoic mental thought state of being, 1 through 9. And when we into vibration too, it's what Tesla called frequency, vibration, and there's one other thing that we vibrate as human beings. So when we're happy and elated, we vibrate at a higher level. But when we're disappointed, we also vibrate at a different level and a lower level, and 9 through 1. And people who are depressed are vibrating at the lowest level of survival. Every day is just a difficulty getting out of bed because they have no energy. Okay. So we have that free will to be disappointed. But unfortunately, we go to unconscious states and aren't aware that we're doing it. So it's really about maintaining consciousness and holding on to that consciousness and living in that consciousness of 10.
I like how you put that because it's always been so strange to me how people walk through life like very robotic. They don't understand how things are happening to or with or around them very well. It just always amazes me. But then some people get it, they understand. The other people, they never understand, they never get it. They stay in that unconscious level
Because they attract people at that unconscious level, consciousness that we are at. So it seems like everything, of course, my life is like that. People are mean. Like, don't you see it? No. What's wrong with you? Are you crazy?
I had a conversation with someone about that the other day. Whatever level of healing you're at, that's how you see the world. That's how you portray your world. It's how you act to your lover, your business, the people around you. Whatever level you're at, that's who you are. And it took me a while to kind of understand that myself. I was so angry and pissed off that everyone else was angry and pissed off. But I realized they're not angry. They're actually more scared of me being angry and pissed off. It's all inside of me. It's not actually them. And you just see that lens in the world as you're walking around. It's amazing. That
100%.
blows my mind. I know one ever sees that too sometimes. I'm like, what the hell? You never get to that conscious feeling of understanding this. I met people at 17 to like 70. And like some people at 17, they're like, open, they understand it. People at 70, they don't get it. They're still suffering so hard. And it's amazing to me, no matter what age you are.
It doesn't matter what age you are at all.
I was always thinking as you get older, you get wiser, you learn and you grow. But that's not necessarily true.
Absolutely. Not necessarily true. We have free will. I love free will. Free will for good and it used for evil.
I
And
mean, it's okay sometimes. I mean, do we all really need to have free will?
yeah, and it's free at 10. Free will, everything's free at 10, and nothing's free when you are less than 10. You need and want all the time.
When people are looking, really thinking about, I feel like maybe I might be a runner less than 10. And they were like, how can I get up there higher? And how would you, I guess, what would be the process of you helping them to get to a 10 with your system?
First of all, they have to take a look at their thoughts, feelings, and emotions as something that are things. And 10 is not a thing. It's nothing. It's everything. It is what it is, and it isn't what it isn't. And then we have thoughts. So most people really operate from their thoughts of the past and their future thoughts of the future, but they don't operate from the present moment. And that's where inner peace is. But you can't, it's our minds are conditioned and trained to really operate from the past and worry about the future. Okay. So
Danger.
so it seems like we're stuck between a rock and a hard place, but we're not. We have the ability to let go of the past thoughts, but people don't even know how to do that.
Is that something that they can learn, that you can train them to? Or do they have to have the conscious know how to like, hey, I want to do this. I want to be better.
Once again, you have to have the willingness or the will to do it. And it means you have to look at the bad shit that happened to you. That the bad you did to yourself, the bad stuff you've done, others have done to you. You have to look at it. And that's what people don't want to do. All right?
You gotta do that hard inner work. Really look at yourself, the good and the bad. And it could be a scary, dark place sometimes.
Yeah, it can be. As Kennedy said, the only thing to fear, I think Roosevelt once first said it, then Kennedy used it. The only thing to fear is fear itself.
Yeah,
Fear
I'm
is,
gonna say that.
fear is an illusion of our perception,
Ooh, I like how you said that.
which blocks our perspective.
I like how you said that.
Perspective is pure light. Our perceptions are the dirt that filters our pure light and projects onto the world.
Damn, very well said. And I know for myself, I've always seen like even the darkness, there's still light. You know, I've always seen the light still, but sometimes it was so dark, but somehow the light was still shining through. I didn't know at the time what it was, but it was me that's always shining. It was always there.
Because you are the light of the world, of your world. I'm the light of my world. Everyone is the light of their world.
Ooh.
And it's our responsibility in our healthiest state to take on that light and to be the light keeper of it, to be the, I'm in Portland, Maine, so lighthouses are common here. So be the beacon, be the light, and I promise you that you will have resistance from others. Mhm.
I've learned like the more you start shining, the more people kind of try to show their darkness upon you. It's like you're trying to win, you're trying to succeed. You always have haters and people like, no, no, stay where you are. I'm comfortable with who you are here. Come back to me.
Yeah.
You know,
Sometimes our light offends their demons.
100%. I feel that. I used to be there. I used to be that. We all did.
I used to wonder why, how can people be so fake? How can people, she's so fake, he's so fake, he's always happy. What's he fake? What's he faking?
That whole fake it till you make it, that's
Mhm.
not real. No.
Fake it till you make it is not real. Be it till you are it is real.
I like how you said that.
Thank you.
That's more that you're putting in that commitment to actually become something better, not just pretending, putting on this mask.
Right. And a lot of people do mask. And with neurodivergence, it's called masking. And people try to make themselves look and act a certain way so that they fit in.
I definitely understand that. I mean, I did that through my teen years. I was in the punk rock and skinhead scene. I was all angry and like, yeah, fuck the system. I'm going to go out and fight and listen to punk rock music. I brought that into my 30s and stuff, having that same tough guy mask on, realizing this is not who I am anymore. This is not getting me anywhere. This is not me, who I truly am. It's just a mask. I'm just hiding behind it because I haven't learned how to be anyone else outside of that yet, or create that new person inside myself.
And there's nothing more appealing than somebody who is themselves. There's nothing more attractive to others who are in the presence of somebody who is themselves and very comfortable with who they are. That is the definition of charisma. It's the definition of attractiveness. You can be the ugliest, homeliest person in the world, but oh my God, I don't know what it is, but
Everything's nice and sweet.
we're magnetic. We attract what we are and the level of awareness that we have.
Ooh, I like how you said that. The level of awareness that we have. That's powerful. Damn. We were talking earlier about neurodivergence. A lot of them, well, us as neurodivergents, we've always been like outspoken, out there, almost like a threat to other people. Because we see things, we get things. We're like the outsiders. They're like, hey, why don't you see this? Why don't you get this? We got it. Why don't you? Hello.
Yeah, my favorites are the Down syndrome. Most loving.
Yeah.
Tell it like it is, and the happiest, most loving. They don't have a filter. They don't have an ego. I
Oh,
think
I love that.
if they
Yeah.
do, then it's very limited. And So I've always had ADHD. My son was diagnosed with it 5 years ago. I figured I might as well get diagnosed too. And sure enough, yep, it
Yeah,
came
I get that.
from my side of the family, my genes, and I love it. I really embrace it. It's one of my superpowers that I
Ooh, I
can
like how you said that. I'm learning that.
really. I mean, everybody has superpowers. Use them,
Yes.
but a lot of people mask them and they put themselves down and say and really play small with, oh, that's nothing. They think that saying they're nothing or it's nothing is humble.
They're literally putting themselves into a box that they fought so hard for someone else who put them in that box in the first place to get out of. It's crazy.
Or if they're really good at a talent or something and someone compliments them, they'll diminish it. And that to me it just is arrogant. Don't be a
Yeah.
jerk about it, but don't ever, you say thank you. And that's called grace. And people don't talk about being gracious and graceful and grace.
No.
It's one of the aspects of 10 is gratitude and grace.
Wow. I've actually never really thought about that part before, being graceful. Is that kind of similar to being gratitude?
It's being in greatness.
So we are already great. So we just have to kind of grow into understanding and being understanding of that, or being comfortable with that.
You have to let go of the conditioning that you've been conditioned to not feel that way and be that way and think.
That's powerful. I get that. I feel that. I feel
Feeling,
like I feel like if I would have found you before I had my accident, we would be having this whole conversation completely different. But I had to literally die in order for me to really let go of so much stuff. It's like when I died, so many things were left behind. Like a new part of me was born.
yeah.
And it became a little easier.
Well, that's a lot about we all have that. And some have it through a nervous breakdown. Some have it through becoming a born again, whatever, whether it's a Christian, Muslim, Jew, I don't know. They become born again. And what oftentimes, if they go into another form of society, whether it's a religious society or general society of a nation, then they assimilate into that with a different perspective, but they're still having a perception. So it's not a perspective. They've attached one thing to another and have attributed that religion or that society as to being identifying with who they are from a different level of awareness. Okay.
Ooh, I like how you put that. Damn.
Yeah, it's about ego's identity, connecting and attaching with our thoughts, feelings, emotion, beliefs of who we think we are.
It's crazy that you have these coming to God moments to attach to something in order to get to that next level in life. But it's like some of the best people, some of the most influential leaders have had those moments. Some of the best leaders or servant leaders have had those moments in order to do what they do and how they do it. It's mind blowing.
Yeah, it is mind blowing. You blow up your mind. Let it go. Let it go and be who you are and be kind and loving and be all the aspects of who you are.
And I used to have this saying from a band. I used to say in the end, it doesn't even matter, from Linkin Park. And that song resonates so much differently to me when I had my end. And I realized the end does matter. It does matter what you do on this earth, how you treat people, how you treat yourself, how you treat others. The end really does matter. And the end is not really in the end, it's a new beginning.
There's no end. We're infinite. Okay.
Okay, okay, I'll take that one. I agree with you there, buddy.
Yeah. We're infinite beings.
Great energy.
My sentence I tell my clients from the beginning, I give it to them straight. Here's the deal. Okay. Here's the deal. We are intuitive, intentional, infinite, spiritual beings having a physical experience on Earth.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah, that's it.
I love how you said that because I always say that we are spiritual beings having a human experience.
Good.
I like you're the only other person I've ever heard actually say that and to put that into words also.
Yeah,
That's profound to me.
our human experience is physical. Our being experience is metaphysical.
Dude, we got that. Have you come back on here again? Have to walk through this entire system.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack, okay? And that's what it's all about, is unpacking. How do you unpack? You forgive. You let go. Call it what you want. Letting go is the same as forgiveness. Love is the same as respect. There are so many words that become so confusing to people, and it's all the same thing.
Like the happiness and joy.
Same thing as love. Those are aspects of love.
It all roots back to love.
It always reaches everything. Love, the Beatles songs, love is all
Yeah.
things. And fear is the lack of love.
Ooh, damn.
Or the diminishing of love. There's no lack of love because love is everything, but the ability to not see it or to suppress it. Awareness is the lack of thought.
Yeah, that's like some Buddha right there.
Awareness is without thought, right? I used to think thoughts are bad. I went through that whole phase of, okay, no thoughts, no thoughts. No, thoughts are great in the present moment. Clear your mind, no thought. I have a thought. Boom, use it. Then let it go. Okay. Because, all right, the Cleveland Clinic, I got this memorized. The Cleveland Clinic did a study that the average person has 60,000 thoughts per day. Okay. of those 60,000 thoughts per day, 80% were from the past. 20% are from today. Okay? Of our thoughts that we have and hold on to from the past and the present, 80% are negative. 20% are positive. What are the odds of you having a thought that are going to be positive? 1 in 5. Okay? No wonder people are depressed if they live off their thought.
But as humans, we're always thinking about the negative. We always have so much noise going on, and everything. It seems like most people are like always living in the negative. Like you said, what happens in the past, what's happening in the future.
I had this awareness yesterday, and I thought I'd share it with you today. We are energetic beings. I mean, my car doesn't start with just the negative charge on it. It needs just the positive charge, I meant to say. It needs the negative charge. So what if our thoughts that we have stored up within us are our negative charge?
So what positively charges
Our spirit.
Damn. It's powerful, man.
Isn't it something that we need the negative? We were given the negativity to charge to complete the circuit of
It's like the yin and the yang. You
Exactly.
can't know one without the other.
Absolutely. Be aware of both. So when I have thoughts, I know that 80% are negative. I like to say all of them from the past are insane because they're not present moment, because I'm in a new moment. Okay.
Well, living in those past thoughts are dangerous. You know, you get stuck there. A lot of us do.
Well, put your hand on the negative. Put your hand on the charge of that. Exactly. That's dangerous.
I need a lobotomy here. Wait a second. Well,
I guess my point is everything's good. Everything has a purpose when used correctly.
I like how you put that.
Yeah. So your mind is perfect as it is. Some people are using more of one thing than another, and they become out of balance.
That is so true. I get that. It's like, how do people figure out how to find balance sometimes? Oh, so much, like example, we live in the Western world. There's so much going on, people, their personal lives, their businesses, their kids, their family. What can they do to even find time to think about positive thoughts?
I don't encourage people to think about positive thoughts because don't think about thoughts.
But we're always thinking about something. Our minds are always racing, you know, we're always trying to do.
Why do you think that is?
We're trying to go towards something, some finish line that doesn't exist, instead of actually enjoying the journey that we're on. So our mind is trying to get us from A to B.
Who benefits from that?
Supposedly us or our families, the people are working towards to get that done in our minds.
Okay.
I don't know.
I think, okay, it makes sense. And everyone who's working to get that carrot at the end of the stick doesn't see their family, doesn't grow up with their kids, doesn't know how to relate to anybody except making that money. Okay. That's one extreme, but it's all the same. Whenever you're looking for something from the outside to give it to you, you're never going to have it. It always has to come from the inside out, and then you just attract it. No effort. It becomes, what's the word? I just texted a client of mine. She wanted to know how to do something because she couldn't get it through her head. Taught her how to forgive. And I said, you're actually cleaning out your hard drive. Okay?
Ooh.
So that becomes an easy drive. Yeah. Hard living becomes easy living. Hard work becomes easy. Doesn't become work, becomes easy work.
I get that. I went through a therapy session with my therapist, and she was like, in that healing session, she was like, imagine the computer. Now drag everything to the recycle bin. Now click delete. Now throw those thoughts into there. I was like, what? And then it would make as much sense, but it kind of, you're saying that too. It kind of makes more sense now too. But she was trying to get to.
Yeah, and I was trained by Marianne Williamson, who's I think is one of my mentors. I got to meet her during COVID. I wrote a book. She was my book coach. She was my coaching coach, miracle-minded coaching first coaching certificate I got was at the Gestalt International Studies Center. The second one was with Marianne, and it was more spiritually based. So it gives me some reference into working with somebody who really wants to be a great Christian or a great Muslim or a great Jew or whatever. It doesn't matter. We're spiritual beings, however you want to express it. You don't need a religion to do it. You don't need to be connected to anything to be who you are. But some people really want to. Fine, great. Some people want to be with their culture, with their race, with their identification, whatever they want. Great. Okay. Just
As long as it's making them happy, they get love from it.
as long as it doesn't separate you from others. Okay.
But that sometimes seems like the case it kind of does.
Well, it always does. Whenever
Yeah.
you identify with being a male, neurodivergent, what's the opposite of norm? They go, I don't know what it is to be. What's normal? The last thing I want to be is normal. Well, the last thing. Someone says, "Why don't you be normal?" Because I was that. I don't want to be normal anymore. I want to be natural.
Normal's the new diversion. What are you talking about?
Normal's the next ache and pain to have happen.
I vowed to myself years ago on my grave, and I did die, that I would never be normal again, and I would never reach for normal enlightenment. Just saying.
You can't be normal and enlightened. Okay.
Whoa, what do you mean, man?
Can't be normal and you can be
That is
natural.
true.
You can be natural because that is our natural. Enlightenment is our natural state of being. Okay.
I get
We
that.
be the light that we are. Our
I used to
spirit
say, be the light we need, but I like that.
that we are. We don't need or want. That's lack mindset. Entitlement is I deserve that. No, you are that. No, you can't get it. You are it. Tag, you're it. It's that. The game is
When you said that, it made me think because, like, for example, there are people that climb the social ladder, they climb their corporate ladder, and they go after these titles like, oh, I'm this title, I'm that, bow down to me. And then it's like, on the other side of that, my experience has been, you know what? I don't think I create my own title because I've learned that it's not the title, but it's the person inside that creates that title. So you don't need a title. Like for leadership, for example, there are many leaders that don't have titles, and there's many title leaders that don't deserve them and live up to them correctly.
right. And there's nothing wrong with titles. If you're in an organization and you're up at the podium, then I am the director of da 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 da. I'm grateful to be here tonight for this wonderful one. You know, there's a time and a place to have a title. It's just a matter of holding your values and principles and purpose and mission within that. Okay. It's being respectful for the presence that you're people, places, and things you are being and representing. I think the key is not to be identified with that throughout your whole.
Many do.
Well, of course they do. That's what
They pull that card constantly.
Well, that is they get value from the outside world.
Do you know who I am? Hello.
Yes, I do. And you're not behaving like that right now. Yeah, exactly. And they get offended for seeing through their mask. And I see you. I know who you are, and you're not behaving like that. You are the light of the world, and you're acting like a piece of a dimwit.
And I'm anti-authoritarian. So when I butt heads with that, I get very like, excuse you, your title means nothing to me, sir.
Yeah, well, I'm pro-authoritarian because I am the authoritarian of myself.
Okay.
And nobody else. So when someone says that I'm behaving like they have authority over me and everyone else, then they are just being a prick. Okay. And
hey, man, someone had to say it. It couldn't be me.
that's their own inflated ego. If there's this time and place for leadership. Okay. And when you're in a group of people, there is a time and a place. So be that 10 leader. Be that honest, truthful leader that represents the masses.
That
Or
leader is meant to serve
who
other
they
people.
are, who they are representative of.
I like that.
That is a great leader, but so often they become self-absorbed, looking out for their close cronies and getting involved in things that serve a few, not many.
100%. There's a huge shift right now in the world with leadership as we
Yes,
lack
there is.
it thereof, not only in ourselves, but out in the real world too.
Yep. And it really has to do with a great leader does what the people who they represent works for and with. And sometimes that to make, there's a difference between democracy and uh, a republic. And democracy is, I love this, is two wolves and a sheep deciding on what's for dinner. That's democracy. Two against, republic is everyone is safe, everyone's taken care of. Okay? We'll find a way to make it all work for everybody.
This is the way, not to use the Star Wars reference.
We'll go find something else to eat. So we all.
Very well said. Well, Steve, it's been a pleasure talking with you today. I want to thank you for coming over. It's been an amazing conversation we've dove into.
I just got started.
Woo! I'm definitely having you back on here again, man. We're gonna go at it more.
I did about 5% of what I did.
That's it? 5?
So much.
Before we go, is there anything you'd like to leave our audience with? Is there anything they'd like to take away from it?
I'm going to give you, the audience, my 6 phrases that I teach my clients. It's in my book, The Father, the Son, and the Aha Moment, on Amazon. Maybe put a link up there for the audience.
Yes, we will.
And the game of 10 is based on 6 phrases. And I'll go over these. How much time do I have?
You are good.
All right. 6 phrases, and I'll explain what those phrases are and what they do. It's an active meditation. It's a prayer. It's affirmation. It is designed to quiet the mind and answer all the questions that our egoic mind wants to have answered all the time, to get back to 10. And it works. And it takes practice, like meditation, but it's also only takes about 10 seconds to do. Once you memorize these phrases, you can do a meditation in 10 seconds versus sitting down for an hour. And with ADHD, that never worked for me, ever.
Nope, not a chance, buddy.
So for all those neurodivergents out there, try this. Okay. So here it goes. Justin, you want to do it with me?
Okay. Yes.
Right, repeat after me. I am 10.
I am 10.
I'm doing the best I can with the awareness that I have.
I'm doing the best I can with the awareness that I have.
I'm always right with the awareness that I have.
I'm always right with the awareness that I have.
Say that with, yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear it. That's why.
I'm always right.
I'm always right with the awareness that I have.
It's amazing how much stuff comes up when you say these things too. I am enough.
I am enough.
I do enough.
I do enough.
I have enough.
I have enough.
Good job. All right.
Woo!
These are powerful statements. You see, I get people crying when they start, when it's something they really are struggling with.
I see it all the time.
Brings up their emotions. So the first statement is a declaration of who we are. That is the only thing we're entitled to be. That's the only thing that we are not lacking. Okay? That's the only thing we want, and that's the only thing we need. Okay? I guess if you're going to use, so all these words I say I put them in higher case and lower case. So the lowercase words like believe, need, want, okay? They're all great at the highest level of awareness because everything is great, okay? There's nothing that's not. So the first one is who we are. We're all 10. The next 2 phrases or statements are declarations of our divine innocence. I'm doing the best I can with the awareness I have. I'm always right with the awareness I have. Unless you're intentionally doing something, it's really based on intention. We are innocent beings, okay? and we are innately good, loving beings. The next three phrases, our declaration, are actually about our gratitude. I am, I do, and I have, the be, do, have of life. Every second of every day we have been being, doing, and having. Present moment. These three phrases put you in that present moment awareness of the universal quantity.
Ooh.
And the universal quantity, nobody's ever got this, okay? I've asked people hundreds of times, what is, after they've even done this, what is the universal quantity? So what is it?
Don't ask me. I can ask ChatGPT.
Yeah, chat won't tell you. I asked. And it might know now because I've been using it, but it might know now. And I even offer them free 3 months worth of coaching if they can tell me what it is. And I even tell them you said it 3 times.
I am being, I forget what it was.
This is how powerful our ego is.
You forget.
In an insane, powerful way. This is a great example. Nobody has ever gotten it because our ego does not want us to know who we are.
You know, I feel like I've heard this from a kid who was on acid before. That's a different level.
And here's an example of it. The universal quantity, the universal time is now, Eckhart Tolle, okay, who brought that to our awareness. What he didn't say, and I'm not sure I'm going to read his book again, is a universal space, which is the universal quantity, which is the universal portion. And the universal space is enough. The
Universal space.
Enough. How big is the universe? Big enough.
Big enough.
Big enough, okay? And so when you collapse time-space, that's when it all happens in the present moment. That really, time-space is the continuum of infinity. Time-space is infinity in 2 words. Okay? When you collapse time and space, it completes the charge of life. Now is and always will be enough. I'll leave you on that.
Enough is enough, my man.
Enough's enough. You hear that, don't you?
Now I'm going to be going around saying enough, right, the rest of the day.
Enough. This is enough. Yeah, this is my enough
I'm
right
enough. You're enough. We're enough.
And we are intentional. So we set goals. So nothing wrong with setting amazingly large goals. Okay? Nothing. That's who we are. To achieve our abundance, to achieve our enoughs, to achieve our always be grateful and always have the mindset that everything is happening for me and to me. And this is my enough for now. And I have a dream of this and I dream of that. And I know it's happening for me and with me and I'm working towards it. So as long as we're in that mindset of that, we have an easier way and things just happen coincidentally to us, for us. Synchronicities happen. I meet the right people. Oh my God, I was just thinking that you are the right person at the right time coming along. Yeah. And you are, and you fit into my yes category and you fit to my stay category. And then you're
so powerful.
And you fit into my no category and you fit into my go category because you're just in, and you're in my lane and just an obstacle in my lane.
Bitch, get out the way.
Pretty much. And the key is to say it in a respectful way. No, thank you.
Yeah, I'm still learning that one.
Yeah. No, thank you. Thanks for asking.
I'd say that in many other words, a little more lengthier and explicit.
Yep.
But I'm learning.
Yep. Well, thank you is a very nice, polite way of saying all set. Thanks.
Thank you. And thank you for coming on here and bringing us your wisdom and knowledge and insights today. It's been truly amazing. I think I'm pretty sure I learned something about I'm enough.
Yeah. Anybody who wants to reach out, I'm available. And oftentimes I do discovery forms. And my favorite thing is when I get one that's all 10. They answer all the questions, 14, 10 today. And so I get on the phone and said, you fill out your discovery form and you're all 10. What do you need, a friend? And they go, yes. I do.
You need a pen pal, buddy?
Yes, and I'm an expensive friend.
Well, sometimes people do need a friend, and that is enough for them that they think.
They want to find another 10 and someone who they can share their weird ideas with and to not be judged and to be who they are. And people are afraid of being judged. And
All right.
yeah,
Very
not
true.
me, you. I don't think you are, Justin.
I think I used to be to a degree, but I realized more that the power inside me overcomes that more than the power of judgment.
Yeah.
So,
Every thought's a
yeah.
judgment.
Touche. Touche. I will definitely put the show links down in the description to how they can reach out for you so they can book a call if they want to with you. Thank you, Steve, for coming on here with your amazing insights. I appreciate it once again, and we definitely have to have you back on here.
I appreciate everyone. Thank you so much. And thank you.